14 surprising benefits of the juice of pickles. You might want to take a sip of it after you hear these incredible health benefits backed by science. Organic pickle is going to be the best. I'm going to show you which type you absolutely should not have and definitely wouldn't drink the juice of. Let me talk about the benefits of it. The juice is right and it meets the right criteria of what is actually in it. Incredible benefits. 14 of them. Here we go. Number 14. This juice might actually help your type 2 diabetes or blood sugar levels. If you're a diabetic or struggling with weight, metabolic syndrome, or you're getting borderline of having some issues with the blood sugar itself, putting this electrolyte-based drink, little sip of the juice. Now I'm talking maybe a sip or two. This is a couple of tablespoons full. You're not chugging half of it. But just a little drink after maybe eating a pickle. Careful for what other hands might be in there. I live with 3 other little Livingoods, so you never know what's going on. So I use the fork to get the pickle out and then drink the juice of it. But studies show it can help lower blood sugar levels. Number 13, it helps improve digestion because fermented foods are a very good source of probiotics. So it can aid that digestion, helping to break foods down better, give you proper electrolytes in the gut, proper probiotics in the gut. Another good advantage of anything that is fermented. Number 12, it hydrates the body. Actually, some studies showing that drinking pickle juice before exercise can help with performance. Helps keep those electrolytes topped up so your recovery and your overall output is better. Number 11, it alleviates cramping. This would be really good if you're dealing with restless leg syndrome or cramping, especially at nighttime, to have a little pickle juice before bed. The potassium content, very high. A lot of people lacking potassium. Really big nutrient that most of us do not get enough of, especially compared to our ancestors. I have videos on this channel specifically for potassium and how very, very important it is. But this is an excellent source. Pickles are an excellent source of it. Also sodium. Now you're going to want to pick the right kind of salt, which I'm going to talk about in a moment, that your pickles are made out of, so you don't have to be concerned with blood pressure or negatives with salts when it comes to your kidneys. But your body does need a good amount of healthy salt and potassium. That's going to help with cramping. Number 10, overall, this is going to be very preventative for diseases because it boosts the immune system. It's a very good source of those electrolytes. It helps with, that's going to support the heart health. It helps with diabetes and blood sugar levels. This is overall preventing chronic disease over a lifetime. It's probably why our family goes through about 2 of these jars a week. Number 9, it helps boost the metabolism. The electrolytes can help if you are trying to curb your metabolism and trying to correct and reset it. By lowering insulin levels, you want to top up electrolytes. Also, the probiotics involved with the pickle juice are going to help the gut, which amplifies the metabolism, and is shown in studies that if you are taking probiotics, it can actually help aid breaking down your food and processing your food better, which leads to a better metabolism. Which leads to number 8, that it's a catalyst for weight loss. A lot of it comes from that there's just not many calories involved with a pickle. They say you really have a net negative with this. It's a food you can eat, it's filling, it tastes good, it satisfies because of the saltiness, because of the electrolytes in it, but it really doesn't put anything on from a calorie standpoint or something that really needs to be broken down and burned up. There's no empty calories involved here. So it really goes along the lines of if you really want to reduce your weight and help catalyze weight loss, eating foods of that nature that are still nutritious is the way to go. Pickle is an ultimate form of that. Number 7, females, if you are having cramping or pain during menstruation, this is a great food to add in. Along with the benefits of the electrolytes and the soothing of the cramping because of its benefits of putting those salts and potassium back in there, it also can satisfy that craving that sometimes come along with those types of cramps or those types of symptoms during a menstrual cycle. So excellent remedy for menstruation. Number 6, it's a good source of antibacterial and antimicrobial fighters. So if you got some bad breath or maybe some challenges with your oral health, this would be a good thing to add in on a regular basis. If you can't get to a toothbrush, maybe you could drink a little pickle juice or eat a pickle or eat a cucumber even to help with bad breath. Number 5, it helps to regulate blood sugar levels as you try to trim your blood sugar down. Maybe you're fasting. Maybe you're doing a diet like keto or paleo, or you're cutting out sugars. Your insulin levels drop. So what happens is there's not that thickness in the blood sugar and insulin floating around as much. So your body has to counteract, and it pulls the salts and the potassiums, the electrolytes into your bloodstream to counteract that balance of fluids. That can make you cold. It can make you nauseous. It can make you cranky. Some of the kickbacks that can happen when you're trying to control your blood sugar levels. So this will help level it out and suffice by putting those electrolytes in, keeping that balance and aiding your body in lowering blood sugar and insulin. Number 4, it's very high in antioxidants, so it does help fight free radical damage, which I'm a huge component of because oxidation of things like your cholesterol is what directly leads to clogging of the arteries, damaging of the arteries, damaging of the heart muscle. It's also an excellent source of vitamins as well, outside of just its electrolyte content of potassium and sodium. Speaking of those vitamins, number 3, they are crucial in boosting the immune system. So specifically vitamin E, which is a great antioxidant, vitamin A, and vitamin C. So you could be getting some of your vitamin C or fighting off immune system or bolstering your immune defense by putting in something simple like pickle juice and eating the actual pickles. So before I go into exactly what type you want to be getting, let's go to the top 2. And circling back around just a bit, number 2 is the probiotic content. If you have too much of the wrong artificial ingredients in here, it will kill the good bacteria. So it's very important to purchase and get the right type of pickles to get the right type of juice. And if you do, you will tap into that. Now, there won't be as much as sauerkraut or sauerkraut juice, but your gastric juices and acid love this. The microbiome, which are the good bacteria inside of your gut, love this. It's going to nurture them and add a few more buddies along the way. So number 2, the probiotic and gut health, leading to number 1. Number 1 benefit of pickle juice is the electrolytes. In 6 tablespoons of pickle juice, you'll get somewhere around 600 to 700 milligrams of salt. That's why I'm saying you only need to drink a little sip or 2 of this. A tablespoon or 2 gives you an ample amount of good salts. It's going to come along with a big dose of potassium, which your body desperately needs, your heart desperately needs, your muscles desperately need, and to help you recover. So a lot of times we are lacking these, which leads to heart-related issues, leads to blood flow issues, leads to performance issues, leads to headaches, leads to muscle problems overall. So getting your electrolytes in are very important. There is an additional video that I put down below to help you to understand the benefits of electrolytes, where you're lacking, and the warning signs that you might have some of those. But the number 1 reason that I like pickle juice and drink it is to get some extra electrolytes in more in a natural form. You won't have to worry about the kidney problems or side effects of too much salt or blood pressure issues as long as you pick the right pickle. So let's talk about which ones to pick. I always go organic to keep the cucumber itself from being sprayed from herbicides, pesticides, and genetically modified materials. So I like to go that route. And then it usually makes sure that the ingredient labels are clean. So I'm looking for things on the back of the label that say no high fructose corn syrup. If you like your pickles sweet, we can't have that extra sugar in there. It kind of defeats the purpose of all the benefits we just talked about. We want them to be free of colorings and preservatives. So go to the ingredient label. Never trust the front of any package, really. When you go to the ingredient labels, this one contains organic cucumbers, water, thank God, organic vinegar, sea salt. Now, very important one I want to stop on right there. The salt that is added to your pickles will have a benefit to your body, not a negative to your body, if it is sea salt as opposed to processed salt. Processed salt is something to be watching out for. Those that got too much salt in their diet in the form of processed salt had a lot of heart attack and stroke risk. Those that got too little natural real salt like sea salt in their body also experienced increased heart attack and stroke risk, almost more than the latter. Right in the middle is where you want to be. That's what makes this as an excellent source. Next is calcium chloride, and so it's a firming agent. I'm okay with that one. Organic natural flavors, I'm okay as long as they're coming from good sources or say organic. And then organic turmeric, that's for coloring. We don't want to see any other dyes or colorings added or any preservatives. The vinegar and the salt should do their job and preserve this just fine. No reason to add anything else in. If yours have those in there, I would not recommend drinking that because you are just drinking in preservatives, a good way to preserve yourself, as well as taking on dyes that can cause allergic reactions or focus issues. So be sure to look for, if you can't get an organic one, minimal amount of ingredients. Sea salt is very important. No preservatives, no colorings. There it is. Now, that's just the juice and the benefits of that, of taking a sip or 2 of that on a daily or weekly basis. If you want to learn about what started it all, the cucumbers, incredible benefits, 13 of them. As I break them down of the benefits of cucumbers, getting these into your diet, whether it's in the form of a pickle or just eating them regularly. We eat them all the time in the Livingood household in both forms because they have incredible benefits, and it's an easy way to get the most important electrolyte you're probably lacking, potassium, into your diet. Check that video out coming up next.